just had fun.
Yeah, everybody just kind of got together again and just kind of remembered the bonds that everybody had at the first field trip, the Moorhead field trip.
This time, much more relaxed, playing frisbee, being we weren't guiding this anymore. They were themselves saying, we want to play frisbee, or we weren't conducting the activities anymore.
It wasn't mandatory anymore for the mentors to call their mentees. They were doing it on their own. They were very independent about it.
Okay, so we had near February, we realized that we needed to get the reins back of this project to get it going straight again. So we had to, we decided to create a checkup to kind of see where our mentors and our mentees were standing, if they were having any trouble meeting their mentee. Because at the beginning of the second semester of your senior year, you become involved into other activities, or you get out, or we wanted to figure out if there was any trouble with meeting times now. And we also, there was some people out who weren't part of our group. Some parents started calling the at-risk center from here, saying that they've heard from this project and that they wanted their freshman kids to be involved in it. And they were asking why weren't they involved and all this, because they weren't at our original list. And so by interviewing our mentors, asking if they would be willing to take an extra mentee and stuff related to that, and asking our mentees if they had been enjoying the project, if they felt like they no longer needed it. We found out that a lot of them didn't need it anymore, but they still wanted to be a part of it. And by asking our mentors that if they wanted to take 2 or more, we were able to integrate more freshmen into our group. And we ended up with a lot of mentors having 2 mentees at the same time, kind of to get out as much help as possible. And we had another, which we'll do, and we introduced them to them and kind of got a new section of our project started.
So this next event, after we had the checkups and kind of talked to each one of them individually to see how the process was going, we decided to have a lunch event. And the lunch event was during lunch. We provided lunch for our entire group of SNF, which consisted of about 60 students. And we were in this beach auditorium here at school. We had an event that consisted of icebreakers, games, again, for the students to reunite, and we provided them lunch. So it was really just to reconnect and have fun again.
So at this point in time, it has come to the time for us to select another batch of kids from the junior pool to be a part of our continuation as we graduated this year, so that our project could continue to spread down to the generations as time passed. And so I was mainly in charge of this process, of the new leader selection process, and you can see our new leaders are right there.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of juniors, and I had a couple of them nominate some select certain candidates that were qualified to be leaders for this year's generation. And so out of those candidates, there were 10, I think. Yes, 10. Out of those 10 candidates, we had interviews in this library, and this time we 5 were the ones who conducted the interviews because we wanted to make sure the leaders we selected were qualified enough to carry on our tasks to the next generation. And so after we interviewed these 10 candidates based on the 5 criteria that Rebecca explained earlier, attendance, we looked at their attendance, we looked at what kind of grades they had, we looked at their personality, if they're charismatic enough, because that's like a crucial element to connecting with your mentee. And we also looked at if they had any referral problems or anything. And so after we did those interviews, we ended up selecting these 6 here as our new leaders.